What I try to tell myself is never let the people doing nothing keep you from doing something.
Yes.
My screenshots, I think I genuinely have over 100,000. They could solve and begin so many international conflicts. Like, I have evidence of, it's the worst love language too. I love to receive it. Chores? Why did we rebrand acts of service to chores? Oh, okay. So I like words and gifts. You can tell me I'm pretty and we can enjoy a nice experience together, but I have to go drop off your stuff at the post office? That is not a fair trade. I mean, I looked at those tragic ass conferences that they go to where it's like, don't go to college and meet men. And I'm like, the gag is all the Republican men that you guys want to marry you are in my DMs.
Today's guest is often referred to as the Regina George of the left. Suzanne Lambert is a DC-based comedian, content creator, and speaker. Her work has been featured in the New York Times, the Washington Post, and the Wall Street Journal. In today's episode, we get into Mean Girls, Spice Girls, and cringe practices in social media. Suzanne, welcome to the show.
So happy to be here. Thanks for having me. This is gorgeous.
Thank you.
So exciting. Congratulations.
I think it feels like it's a vibe, right?
It's such a vibe. I feel like I'm in my friend's living room.
I feel like you are a master of vibes. Like you give great critique on vibes.
Oh my gosh, I appreciate that.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking rosé, babe.
Well, we got a cheers. I'm drinking a little cab. Let's see if we
Cheers.
can cheers and not knock these mics.
To Jaded.
To being jaded.
To being jaded as well. Oh, I like the over the mic.
Yeah,
with the glass
I've
hold.
learned.
No, I like that. I love red wine, but it just makes my teeth look so purple, and I don't want to look Nancy Mace with it. So I'm trying to do my best.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I need to maybe.
No, yours are good. I'll let you know if you need to.
Thank you.
Scrub them off.
I feel like you are a girl's girl in that way.
A wine toothbrush situation. I got you.
How has your Scorpio season been?
My Scorpio season has been, so for people who don't know.
Because you're a Scorpio.
I'm very much
clarify.
a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Yes. My birthday was the 12th, 11/12. So it's easy for people to remember. But Scorpio season is all about like getting rid of old energy, or at least this Scorpio season was. And I had a few conversations in the past week or so where I kind of drew some boundaries and said, and kind of reallocated my energy in different places. And it's been good. I feel like I'm coming out a better advocate for myself than I came into it.
That personal growth.
Yeah. And also just like, hey, that's not really fair that you keep doing that. And I've been really nice about it, but I'm not going to be that nice about it anymore. So knock it off. And it went well.
Or I'm out of here.
Or I'm out. Or or you can just bounce.
Or you don't exist.
You can just exit the group chat without any kind of explanation. You can do that actually. That's an option available to you.
It's funny you say this. I've become more, I guess, assertive of like, no, like if that behavior is not normal or nice behavior, when you just realize you're like, some people, the way they treat you, you're just like, wow, like normal people don't do that.
Yeah.
So I've become more, I guess, protective of myself, my time, my energy, and just like, if you're one of those, I can't do that anymore.
And I'm also trying to be more mindful of other people's boundaries, because I feel like anytime we talk about boundaries, we're always talking about creating them with other people. But for example, I mentioned someone that like I don't particularly care for in front of a friend who is friends with that individual. And, our mutual friend who's kind of in the middle, her face she didn't like that I said that about that person. And I shouldn't have, right? Like you shouldn't talk badly about someone's friend, even if you don't care for them. And I took note of that and was like, okay, like knock it off. Don't put her in that position anymore. So it's also good for us to check in with how we're respecting other people's boundaries.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the golden rule is very accurate.
Yes. Yeah. I think more people should follow it.
It's corny as hell, but it's like, it turns out to be true.
Yeah, I wish some people seem to be like doing the silver rule, maybe like the nickel plated rule. I don't know, not treating people how they want to be treated.
Oh, yes.
That's
like the penny rule.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, y'all are like the stainless steel pretending to be gold plated, but not the golden. They're different.
Okay, so again, I'm just so happy you're here. You're like, I consider like my dream blunt rotation, Like you and like Rihanna, probably.
That's maybe the nicest thing anyone has ever said to me. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on this podcast. I would share a blunt with you guys anytime.
You are allowed.
For the record. Okay,
fact.
cool. Awesome.
I mean,
wait, but that's not a rotation. You need one more person in there. Who would the other person be?
Oh, one more person. I mean, I feel like she wouldn't because she's kind of a goody two-shoe, but Dolly Parton.
I think Dolly would get down.
Really?
I think Dolly dabbles in the devil's lettuce for sure. I do. I don't want to put disrespect on her name. I could be totally wrong.
I don't think she
My fantasy version of her. Really?
I listened to a podcast with her recently and I was just like, this is a lot of God talk.
Oh.
Yeah. I think she definitely like has fun. But not that version of fun.
Not that version of fun. Well, my apologies, Dolly.
Well, this is a dream.
This is a dream.
This is a fantasy.
100%.
Who would be in yours?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I don't have an answer prepared. Oh my God.
Even if it's just one person.
Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
The funniest, most charming,
hilarious.
Charismatic. She's everything to me.
She's so great.
She's awesome. Her, Phoebe Robinson is another hilarious comedian I love. And then probably...
You're looking to laugh.
I'm trying to giggle, but not too like don't be too crazy.
Yeah.
Don't be like, wouldn't it be crazy? You know how some people get a little weird and I'm like, I can't handle this conversation right now.
This is a little corny.
Yeah. And then you, obviously.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, we can bring ours together and then
that would be a dream. Manifesting that for us. Manifesting that for Jaded, for sure.
One day, sometime in the near future. I wanted to get into a very serious topic just off the bat.
Let's do it. Okay, I have my blazer on. Let me just... All right.
Yeah, get situated. Yeah. So as the, dubbed Mean Girl of the Left, I need your opinion on Life of a Showgirl. Specifically the song Actually, what is it?
Actually Romantic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a theory that it's maybe in somewhat about Donald Trump.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think I did see that theory.
Because he's always like saying such
weird things about her,
obsessive things about her.
Totally unprompted.
Yeah.
So I'll preface my answer by saying I'm a Swiftie. I went to the Eras tour twice. Love her albums, whatever. The short answer is I like the album. It's fun to listen to. I don't think it's like a life-changing album in the sense that Speak Now and Red very much like was for me, you know?
Yes.
But this is not that album. That's okay. Not every album has to be. I detest how she rolled it out. I detest the 15 vinyls that all cost so much money. I don't feel like she's really reading the room. You know,
it's a little
people's health care and SNAP benefits are being cut and you're selling another sweatshirt. Like
Yes.
But I know that same criticism isn't extended towards men. And I think it should be. I'm just like, read the room, girl. And the one interview she did where she was like, I could never perform at the Super Bowl. Travis is so locked in on what he's doing. I'm like, that pissed me off so much.
I missed that.
It was on a late night show.
Oh, okay. I was like, was that on New Heights or where was that?
I was like, and up until that point, everyone's like, this is like right wing adjacent. I was like, guys, like,
calm
not
down.
everything is a think piece. Can we talk about that?
1000%.
But when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm not defending you on this one. Like, I'm not a hater. I was not happy with all of it. But back to the song Actually Romantic, I relate to that in a lot of ways because I seem to live in a lot of people's heads rent free. And while I do believe in subsidized housing and, affordable rent, I just feel like there's better ways y'all could occupy your thoughts than coming up with like weird conspiracy theories about me, you know?
I mean, yes, 1000%. I'm like on the scale of like 10 is like very mean girl, like evil mean girl, burn book, to just like, that was a nice try. Where would you land Actually Romantic?
In terms of
how mean it was.
Oh, oh my God.
Because people are like really.
Dude, if it is about Charlie XCX, who I also like, by the way, if it is indeed about her, she wrote a song first. It's fair game. Like, it's not like and they're like, but she has a bigger platform. And I just have a problem with that because people will say that to me. They will come in my comments saying the craziest shit. And they see, am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And
of course.
I don't know. And they see they see the stuff I post. So like, I might clap back.
Yeah.
And then when I clap back, they're like, wow, I cannot believe you would with your platform respond. I'm like, no. So I don't necessarily subscribe to that way of thinking at all.
Yep.
And I think she said something first and Taylor said something back. And for all we know, they're chatting behind the scenes. Like,
that's what I'm
also like, y'all,
think.
None of this is real. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
It's all orchestrated. But yeah, like I give it a 5. I give it it was a nothing.
Yeah. There we have it.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
Exactly.
And I'm with you. I liked it, but I also didn't feel the need to go make a big ol' stink about it. I'm like, people can write bad albums. Like,
it's so fine. And it doesn't mean
that
so
much other shit happening in this planet, in this world, probably in our town, probably in our neighborhood that you should maybe be tuning into a little bit.
And you can have an opinion. And I think having strong opinions about inconsequential things is good because it can help us distract. Like I'll fight with people about the best way to like prepare a potato. Like it's good to have strong opinions about stupid things.
Yes.
But like, let's not make a 5-part TikTok series about why her album not being your favorite means that feminism is dead. Like I don't think it has to mean that either.
Or the the conspiracies around her being now far right. I'm like, can we read the signs? Can we actually take facts? And I'm like, not
she
us.
endorsed Kamala Harris.
Yes, not us trying like mimicking the right, and these people doing that on the left are ignoring facts.
Yeah, and people will say the same thing about me. They're like, you're secretly a Republican. Being secretly a Republican as a Democratic, as a Democrat, as an influencer is the dumbest thing you could do because I'm reaping none of the benefits. I would be reaping none of the benefits. They make so much money. If I had no values and didn't give a shit, I promise you, I would be over there. But I do. I don't say unfortunately, I do. I care a lot. If I was going to be a Republican, I would be a Republican.
Yeah.
And I would be rich as hell and none of y'all would ever see me again. You know what I mean?
Is that a myth that just like emerged? Were you Republican?
I was. And I talked about that, openly.
Yeah.
But and I haven't been, and I was never MAGA, and I haven't been for a long time.
That's a distinction, an important one.
Huge distinction. I'm like, I grew up in Georgia. What do you expect,
And the switch over, like, do people on that side, like, resent you? Did you lose friends when you switched over to the left?
Yeah, I did. I would, honestly, I think most of the stuff they say about me is probably behind my back. Like I was at a concert once with a group of people and, there were a lot of people there that are like conservative or whatever, but like they're in the group of friends that I was there with. So you just kind of mind your P's and Q's. And like one of them came up to me totally unprovoked and was like, so you're like super liberal, right? And like they go out of their way to make me feel uncomfortable. That actually just happened. I was at a bar this past Friday. And this guy came up and started talking. And then once he found out I'm on the left and he works for the Trump administration, was just so rude to me and like kept provoking me. And I don't go out and do that.
Yeah.
No. So I would say, I lost some friends. I've also kept and sustained friendships through it and had really good conversations, thoughtful conversations. So, but there wasn't a single dramatic falling out. There were lots of instances of them unfollowing me and, you kind of drop off the holiday card list, but that's fine. I didn't need to see them and like their husband and like their tweed outfits. I'm good.
And for the ones who do talk behind your back, obviously it's actually romantic.
No, it's cute.
It's cute.
It's adorable. I'm like,
thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah, thank you so much for thinking of me. And I genuinely wish you the best.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm sure everyone's picked up by now, but you have a background in comedy, right?
Yes, I do.
And you're a comedian.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. How did you get into comedy?
Yeah. So I've always just been a fan of stand-up. Grew up watching, like I loved Nick Swartzen. I loved old SNL, like Molly Shannon, Will Ferrell. I loved that. Yeah. Legends. And it would be one of those things where I would think of something funny and I would just like write a joke as a note in my phone for no particular reason, but that's funny. I want to remember that. And then I was dating this terrible guy, Republican. And I mentioned to him I was thinking about just trying it, right? And he said that if I talked about any of my past relationships on stage that he would dump me.
What?
So my first show, I did that and he dumped me and it was like killing two birds with one stone. And
efficient.
That's what I'm saying. Time is money. You know what I mean? So I started doing stand up all across DC. It was the best way to process that breakup. It would have been way worse without it. It was so healing. And from there, I started doing more. I also do like sketch comedy as well. But I had a show that was so bad and I bombed so terribly that I went home and I was like, I just can't perform anymore. So I didn't perform for like a year. And during that time is when I was like, what if I just tried putting things online? Because sometimes you want to be able to put it out in the moment.
Yeah.
With stand up, you have to wait until, you get on stage and then you have to, sometimes it's 3 a.m. on a Wednesday and you just want to go to sleep and you're in a basement with like a bunch of comics. And I love them, but it's like, guys, I would rather be like hitting my REM cycles right now. And then after, it was actually like a week after the election, the day before my birthday, I made a video saying that we needed
in 2024.
Okay. I made the video where I talk about how we need Regina George liberals, mean girl liberals. And that actually blew up. That blew up before my Republican makeup video, but I made it after. So I made the Republican makeup video in like October.
Okay.
But it blew up months later. It can just happen like that sometimes.
It can.
Yeah. And then from there, I listened to a podcast, Caleb Heron's podcast, So True, one of my favorites. And he says, be ready when the luck comes. So with that in mind, I had a podcast pitch. I had ideas and I kind of knew where I wanted it to go. So that when I kind of got attention and people were asking me what's next, I had something to say, which is a really big part of it. So
I love it.
I've been able to sustain it till now. So I'm so grateful for the support and hope I can continue it.
So I didn't realize that those things recently, that's also recent. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, I had a full-time job up until in finance. Like a totally normal job. Was not like anything political. Like people are like, oh, I never worked on the Hill. My first time I went to the Hill was in February for a Medicare briefing. And I was talking to someone who I just thought was really nice and smart and had a really stylish coat. And I was like, oh my God, you're such a spring. That's such a good coat for you. And then a week later,
I'm glad you know the like season thing. I need to figure out mine.
No, you already know it. It's winter for you.
Oh, okay.
And you're there. You're good.
I'm glad.
No, you're good.
This is a good affirmation.
No, it's perfect. But I was like, I got this email and it was like, Congresswoman Lauren Underwood wants you to be her guest to the State of the Union. I was like, oh, cool. And I looked it up and it was her. I had no idea, I literally didn't know because she was just so normal and down to earth. And I mean, I knew she was super intelligent, but they just said, this is Lauren.
Oh my God.
They didn't give her, they didn't say her title. So I had no idea who she was.
Wow.
But yeah, I had a totally normal job up until February. So it's been lots of changes in a very short period of time.
And just going from that so quickly, like how has that felt? And, how has it felt to be now speaking to such a large audience? I mean, how do you keep up with it all?
Not as well as I want to, it has felt overwhelmingly. I'm like, I can't believe any of it's real. I'm like, I got hit on the head and I'm having an out of body experience actually. And I'm going to wake up. That's kind of how it feels. It feels like a huge responsibility. I think knowing that people look to me to advocate on their behalf and that they trust my opinions on issues. I really want to make sure I get it right and have a good understanding before I talk about things. But also my value, what I look at my value being is being entertaining. Like I'm not trying to be a newscaster. I'm not trying to inform. I try to entertain. And we don't have a lot of that on the left. We have so many talented people doing fact-based news and all of that. And, totally respect what they're doing. But that's not what I'm doing. And that's sometimes what people expect. So then it's like their demand, well, why haven't you made a video about XYZ? I'm like, I haven't even called my dad back. Like, and that's also not what I do, right? Like my videos take longer because I'm trying to think of new angles and ways to make it funny. But it's felt great. It's kind of crazy to know I'm perceived by that many people. But I just so appreciate that people care to watch at all.
Right. And, to quote the quote we all know from Spider-Man, like with great power comes great responsibility. But on the flip side of that, you're there, yes, on one side to make it entertaining, which I think we need more of on our side. But on the flip side, you are getting a lot of hate from the other side.
Honestly,
How has
I
that
get it
been?
from all sides.
Oh,
I get just as much
I'm
from
sure.
people on the
God.
left.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. I get more from people on the left than I do on the right. The people on the right are kind of
That is
afraid
so
of me
on
at this
brand
point.
for us.
I'm like, dude.
Unfortunately.
And the gag is I agree with all the shit you guys like. Why didn't you endorse Zoran? I'm like, I did, like so many times. What? Do you want the text where I was texting with his team back in February?
Oh
like,
my God.
I don't know. It's what I try to tell myself is never let the people doing nothing keep you from doing something.
Yes.
People who are just, being negative on their couch, hopping in my comment sections, telling me I'm not doing enough. They weren't at the Epstein survivors, press conference this past week. They weren't at the Capitol at 3 a.m. when Republicans were trying to take people's health care away. Like, they're not doing the shit that I'm doing.
Right.
So I try not to let it get to me. But every once in a while, I might reply. And there's actually one that I saved that I do plan on replying to because it was just like super heinous.
Yeah. Oh, I'm such a screenshot girly.
My screenshots, I think I genuinely have over 100,000. They could solve and begin so many international conflicts. Like, I have evidence of everything. All this Jeff Dye discourse, not even trying to get into that. I have like a decade's worth of screenshots. I just know when things are going to come in handy. And now you can search in your phone.
I know.
Which is amazing. It's my favorite feature.
Oh, yeah. Well, I love the detective and like conflict
let's compare.
resolution in me respects the same in you.
Literally. I'm like, wait, this could be a good little library that we could have. I'm like, hey, do you happen to have any screenshots from the so-and-so? Let's talk after
Maybe
this.
This is the organizing that needs to be happening right now.
Information. Yeah, the archives. Yeah, for sure.
So you were saying your friend or someone you look up to said when luck strikes, you need to be ready. So you were ready with a podcast idea and you just launched your podcast.
I did, yeah.
Congrats. Let's cheers again.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Yes.
If we can, these mics.
Absolutely. Yeah, it launched 3 weeks ago, I guess. I just had my 3rd episode.
And
it's called Mean But True. Excuse me, that was a rosé sip. Mean But True. Yes.
When I saw that, I was like, I'm so glad that name was open for you. Like, you needed to have that.
And I reserved the social handles like a year ago. Yeah.
Smart.
Y'all reserve your social handles and reserve your domain names because if you piss me off, I might buy them. So
this is what I love about
names.
You actually
you have no idea how many domain names I own. It's more it's worth more than my 401k at this point. Thank you, Donald Trump. Like, my domain names are genuinely worth more, probably.
You inspired me to do this. I have bought a few since.
Yeah. Wait, for people you don't like?
What is it? It's dumpjdvance.com.
Oh, I love that.
I believe. I'm going to start a petition for Usha.
I will be the first to sell. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
yes. That would be the breakup. Oh my God. The breakup playlist would go crazy.
Yes.
Usha, that would be so fun. I'd be like, look, we can go out, girl.
Yeah. I'm like, we got you.
Like you're also evil, but like, tell me everything you know about that man.
She has screenshots, speaking of.
She also has good screenshots. Yeah, I bought Vance for president because it was available, which is hilarious.
That is.
So
epic.
Now with his, presidential campaign that's apparently imminent, I'm like, I got you, brother. Just let me know what you need.
Yep. Oh, that is amazing. I can't believe this is how messy they are. I'm like, you guys didn't think of this?
Y'all should have that locked down. He just probably never thought he would win, which is so valid. I mean, look at him. It's so sad.
This is actually a great segue into a game. You want to do a game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to put on some sunglasses because the game is called Shade with Jade. And I think it's only appropriate that we put on some shades.
Of course. And we need to normalize wearing sunglasses inside. I don't want to be perceived all the time,
Yeah, a lot. Okay.
Oh, these are not a good fit for my face, but it's fine.
I think
Why do I feel like I look like I'm in the Matrix? It's a little Keanu Reeves moment.
I'm into it. Who we
obsessed with, yes.
Apparently he's on Broadway now.
Is he really?
Yeah, you should go catch him.
I totally would.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, I'll look
I have
that
a
up.
friend who is telling me that their partner is really into Keanu and they're planning like a special family trip to see his Broadway show.
I was literally with Jonathan Van Ness yesterday, my pal, and because they were on my podcast and we just like went to dinner.
Okay.
And we'd had a few glasses of wine at this point. But I was like, you need to be on SNL. Why haven't you been on SNL? And we were talking about good characters they could do. And I don't know why, but I was like, you could play a really funny Keanu Reeves. I think it was how like their hair was styled. But I was like, that could be really funny. I don't know. Just throwing it out there into the universe.
They should be on SNL.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Another petition. All right. So this game is called, is it giving Mean Girl energy or just sad man?
Okay.
And why? Okay. So I'm going to read out some cultural moments that have happened in the last little while. And you're going to say whether it's Mean Girl or just a sad man.
Love it.
Or sad man energy. Okay.
Yeah.
So women ruined the workplace, a New York Times article.
Skills issue, babe. Sad man energy. If I am a threat to your job by me literally existing and doing my job, do yours better.
Do yours better. Period. Okay, next one. Boyfriends are embarrassing. A piece that was featured in Vogue.
Okay, so full disclosure, I didn't even read it because I was like, well, I don't even have a boyfriend, so why would I even read this piece? Can you just give me the top line? Like, what was like the thesis statement? Like, actually having a boyfriend is embarrassing?
I skimmed it. It was basically that, we're in a period of time where we are decentering the men in our lives.
Oh, guys, stop it. That's mean girl. You can have a boyfriend. You can be a feminist and have a boyfriend. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're saying it's
and that people are it showed that side of it, like how certain influencers were mentioned and quoted in the article or the opinion piece rather, and told their experience of how, once they did show a photo or a reel that signaled that they had a significant other who was a man, they immediately lost a lot of followers.
yeah.
So there is like something in the air or something online about like once we find out a woman has a partner, like we're immediately uninterested.
Yeah, it's really I think that's sad, honestly, because and I get it, and I never talk about my romantic life. I just say I'm dating everyone. I flood the zone. So if they're like,
yeah,
oh my God, you had Brian Tyler Cohen on your podcast. Are you dating? I'm like, no, we're actually engaged. I literally say I'm dating everyone, so no one knows the truth.
Yes,
But I do that mostly to protect the people in my personal life.
Of course.
I think that's stupid, and if I want to say something that's like very honest that people won't like to hear, but I think it's true. I think some of that stems from just being insecure sometimes, not all the time, but maybe you're a little jealous that you kind of thought, and like, look, I don't talk about my relationship status, but I get it. Maybe you're in a part of your life where you don't really want to see people happy and in love, and that's totally fine. That's totally valid. I've unfollowed people before who I genuinely like because they're so pretty. It hurts me to look at them, and I know that's a me thing. It's like, I don't hate on you at all, and I know I have to work on this, but I have to do this for myself, or like mute them or whatever.
No, I think I
think some of that is just like
that is like I think an important like mental health.
Just check in and ask why you're doing it. And if you have a reason for it that's not based in insecurity, like you can follow and unfollow whoever you want. But I think the boyfriend being the pinnacle of it is, unless the boyfriend sucks, in which case I get it. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. After I read it, I was like, I actually center my partner when he's like cooking me a meal, when he's doing these things that are like, I don't know, historically or classically like a women's role. And I'm like, this is funny because when I do center him, which is not often, and also vaguely. Like I never show like a direct photo
I
of
get
him.
that.
It's like the meal he made for me.
I love that. Is he good with that?
Oh,
he probably loves it.
Oh, he loves being of service in that way.
Yeah.
That's like a love language.
Yeah.
So that's great for me, obviously.
It's the worst love language too. I love to receive it. Chores? Why did we rebrand acts of service to chores? Oh, okay. So I like words and gifts. You can tell me I'm pretty and we can enjoy a nice experience together, but I have to go drop off your stuff at the post office. That is not a fair trade.
I will not. I'm the receiver of his acts of service. So I'm here for it.
I love that. What are his love languages?
Time, whatever that one is.
That's perfect.
Quality time. Is that the one?
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah.
And I think and keep him hidden. I'm with you on that. You know,
I agree. I mean, I want to protect my close family, my close friends, but also my own space. Like it's about them to an extent, but it's also like my private life.
And why would you give him free clout on your IG?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I just want to shout out the nice meals.
Yeah.
And the cutesy things and the things he builds.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the nice meals.
Yeah. You'll have to come
anytime.
Fresh pasta, things like this.
I would never.
Oh, no.
It's like multi-step. I mean, I have like the pasta attachment for whatever, but like that's so much work.
Too much work.
Yeah.
Okay. On to the next. Trump saying literally anything mean to a woman.
Oh, the quiet piggy. When a reporter asked a totally fair, normal question. I think it's interesting because he has said so many disgusting things about women over the years. I think it's interesting that this one, I feel like, has permeated in a way. I've seen people talk about it where they're like, I can't stop thinking about it. And I kind of feel the same way. So one, obviously sad man energy.
Yes.
I don't know if he has the capacity to feel sadness, but we all see it for what it is. It's his anger that a woman has once again outsmarted him. Granted, the bar is in hell, but like if you're not actually guilty of those crimes that he's being accused of doing, you would have no problem answering that question and you would do it in a way that was normal and fair. But then you also have to remember that he did say that he, I think, is 6'3", weighs 225 and is 4.7% body fat. Fact check me on that, which is famously the same kind of body composition as LeBron James. So when you remember that, it kind of puts it all in perspective. Like, oh, he doesn't know what's real and what's not.
Yeah.
Could be the dementia. Could be the 12 Diet Cokes he has a day.
The aspartame.
Who's to say? Yeah. It's all kind of floating around in a weird way. All the McDonald's, the well-done steak, the ketchup that he like throws on the wall. There's a lot.
The orange makeup seeping in.
Yeah, the color corrector. Do you know that that's kind of what is rumored, that he uses orange color corrector from the Swiss company as his makeup? That's why it's so orange, because if you've used a color corrector, and for people who aren't aware,
I don't even know what that is.
It's like it's meant to neutralize. So if you have like really blue tones and it's like if it's the appropriate skin tone, you might use an orange color corrector, but it's like not meant to be seen. It would be like if you wore your socks on the outside of your boots. Like it's not meant to be detected. And he just uses it everywhere. It's meant to be used on like, to neutralize, not to put on a full face.
So this could totally be something that's just seeping in. And
honestly, I wonder if anyone has looked into the ingredients. They're all about the clean, the clean labels and ingredients and making, fast food healthier. Maybe they could look into his makeup ingredients, because I'm worried about him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I would be if I gave a shit.
I was just about to say if
that was a total lie. I'm worried about him. Yeah, sure.
So great. First of all, thanks for playing the game.
No, I love this. I kind of love the shades.
We can keep them on.
Are you about? I'm not anti.
Opposed. I'm not opposed.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I like it. I feel like I can say more in these. All of a sudden,
there is like
I don't know.
Power to the shade.
I feel very Victoria Beckham in these right now. Like I'm sure she would disagree, but I feel like her. You know what I mean?
Was that your Spice Girl? Like, was that the one?
That's such a great question. No, I wanted to be Sporty Spice so bad. I cut my little tank tops.
What about her?
Into
she was
a
like
sports bra because I wanted. Well. I wanted to be athletic so bad, dude.
Okay.
I loved her sports bra that she would wear when she was like running on the treadmill. I'm like, oh, she's so cool. I want to be her. I'm so bad at sports.
She was the Spice Girl I wanted to be too.
That was yours too?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone liked Baby. No shade to Baby, but I'm like, I liked Buttercup, the Powerpuff Girl, who's like kind of like the bitchy one. Like I never liked, but everyone always liked the demure, cutesy, angelic one. Nothing wrong with
The
that.
blue
I
one?
always wanted the bad bitch. Yeah.
The green one.
The green one was Buttercup. Bubbles was the Powerpuff
Oh,
Girl, the cutesy one,
okay.
who was blue.
Okay.
And then Blossom was the pink, like in charge one.
Those are some deep cuts right there.
Oh my God. Seriously. Wait, who were your favorites?
Of the Spice Girls?
You liked Sporty?
In grade school, I wanted to be Sporty Spice, and the girls were so mean, and they basically kicked me out. Like, I couldn't be a part. Like, they were like, you can't even, you just.
They're like, go kick a soccer ball and figure it out. That's so mean.
I was kicked out of the little Spice Girl crew in our little, like, in the little clique that existed at my very, very small school. So anyways,
you can be my sporty. You can be sporty.
Okay,
I'll be posh. Yeah.
Okay, great.
We'll start our own.
Yeah. So this is a great segue into something that's come up over the past year a lot, which is that the Dems need to be more, cutthroat or take the gloves off. And I'm curious, like, why is now the time to go low? On our side, we've always been like, we've kind of tried to live up to when they go low, we go high. But why is it important for us to go low in this moment? Maybe be a little petty.
I would say now isn't the moment. The moment was a long time ago, but this is just when we're having the conversation. So what I would say to that, because it's interesting, the only people who critique, what I'm doing on the left, who say it's too mean or whatever, they all have two things in common. They are all white and they are all women. Mm-hmm. It is only white women saying that. My guiding principle has always been, if I have, Black women in my comments who are upset at something I said, or, like anyone from any identity that is otherwise depressed, if they're upset with how I'm saying, I'll reconsider, I'll take a look. It's never them. It's never the people who are actually being oppressed who are like, no, I think you guys should take it a little easier. It's white women who went to expensive private schools who, who don't have a lot to worry about, who can say that from the safety of their crate and barrel outlet living room because they have nothing to lose, right?
Right.
So, and it's always been, even if they haven't been credited for it, it's always been BIPOC women, especially at the center of and the forefront of women's movements, which is really what I care a lot about and what I spend a lot of my focus on. It has always been them leading the charge. And it's very historically been white women who are like, not like that. Be cuter with it, right? So I'm just like, get over it. We tried your way sucks. It doesn't work. You're not making any meaningful change. And until the people who are in the communities that I work alongside and I try to advocate for, when they're upset at me, I will take a hard look and reconsider, but that hasn't happened yet.
So that's the critique on the left, white women on the left or center. But on the right, we have now all the harm, all the damage from the manosphere. This has been ongoing and building. And at the same time, we're now hearing of the woman sphere that's growing on the right. Do you think this is a real threat, or is this, or is it like a front? Like, I'm just like, I don't know if this is going to pan out for them.
I think the manosphere, if you look at the gaps, when we think of just like politics, when Gen Z men versus Gen Z women, I think it's, the largest gap there's ever been as far as like younger women are overwhelmingly more left than I think millennial women were. And Gen Z men are more right. Like I'm like 99% sure on that. So I do think the manosphere is a very credible threat. I think what they do really well, and no one really seems to understand it when they say we need, and I'm so sick of saying this man's name, the Joe Rogan of the left, and they talk about that.
Yes.
What they don't actually know what that means is like he Trojan horses people in. He talks about all kinds of random stuff. And I have had the misfortune of listening to his podcast here and there. Some episodes he might only talk about politics for like 5 minutes.
Right.
That's actually incredibly effective because especially for young men who don't like to be told what to think and, that's very like macho masculine.
Yes.
You're not being told what to think. It's like being fed to you in very, very small doses over long sustained periods of time. So when I think of what we need, when we need like a Joe Rogan of the left, people think that means just like flood the zone with a ton of news. That's actually not what it is at all. It's like we just have to be able to incorporate these things in conversation. So I do think the manosphere is a threat. I've seen these very tragic women's conferences with the EV magazine and the Make America Hot Again parties. And I'm like, is the hot in the room with us? Maybe we have different definitions of what that means.
Yeah.
The tweed is not giving hot. I know I keep dogging on tweed, but I feel like they've kind of commandeered it at this point, which is sad. It's not that I hate tweed, overall. But
Good to know.
I mean, I looked at those tragic ass conferences that they go to where it's like, don't go to college and meet men. And I'm like,
oh no.
The gag is all the Republican men that you guys want to marry you are in my DMs. So I don't know, maybe like focus on yourself, because people in general are attracted to people who are like self-assured and kind and just like doing the things they want to do. Like I'm immediately attracted to, or like not even like in a romantic way, but people who are like passionate about things, or who are just like in their lane and have interests and are nice. That's so much more effective than putting on your stupid little milkmaid dress that EV magazine is charging like over $100 for. It's like $150. They're paying for their own little dress.
Well, and I think what's so like the reason why I call it
my heart's like racing. I get so irritated with
it. Is irritating.
It's so stupid. And all of the women are like multi-degree CEOs.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say.
They're laughing in your faces. They're counting money in your faces.
That's what exactly. I asked because I think it is a front, and it's so easily debunkable because, like you said, whether it's the women's sphere or the Maha movement, like all these women are like entrepreneurs, like highly successful, like could be very powerful, but they're doing whatever this is. And honestly, I think it's, we were just talking about sad man energy. Like this is
sad man energy.
Yeah. Sad woman energy.
Sad woman energy. And I would bring it back to, that's why I think articles, and this is me saying this, not having read it, which I acknowledge, but the idea that having a boyfriend is embarrassing, I don't think things like that are helpful, because if you're a young woman who wants a boyfriend, which is a totally fine thing to want, by the way.
Yeah.
You associate that with, they now think that it's not okay on the left to have a boyfriend. Like that doesn't help us, like we have to stop being so trying to put everyone in boxes for like everything.
We need to let people have nice things and let people have fun.
Just chill,
I'm like, can we not have fun?
Like people will really get mad at the craziest stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's exactly this that makes me so jaded about the left. But that's a great moment to transition to our next game.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Yay.
Okay.
I love the cards. I have just like I saw Dave Attell one time bring a literal trash bag of like crumpled up index cards onto a stage. And I was like, it's okay that I don't have branded note cards. I'm not Dave Attell, but you know what I mean? It's like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah. I mean, we are ready.
We're ready.
All right. So this game is pretty simple. I'm just going to spread these out and you're going to pick 3.
Okay.
And then hand them back to me and I will read them to you.
This isn't tarot, is it?
So keep them hidden.
Why are you trying to hide that one? I want it.
Oh yeah, no. You go for it. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to feel the vibes of the cards. Okay, wait, am I allowed to look at them?
No.
Oh, okay. I already am bad at this.
Okay.
I'm so bad at games.
No, you're great. Okay, so I'm going to read these out and you're just going to respond. All right. What's one situation in your life where you knew exactly what you should do, but felt completely powerless to do it?
Wow, that is such a wonderful question. Exactly what I should do, but felt powerless to do it. Honestly, and this is part of my like journey, growing up conservative. I got pregnant and I didn't want to be pregnant, right?
I can relate.
Yeah. And I was fortunate at the time. I lived in Florida at the time. At the time, there weren't these prehistoric, bans on what women can do and we didn't have the government forcing us so much. But so I had the power, but it still kind of felt like I didn't, because for so long I had believed that my own body and choices like didn't belong to me, you know? So it felt very paralyzing to try to make a step towards something I had always thought I was against until the very moment I was in that situation. And it was like the easiest decision I was like, oh yeah, no, don't. Like I've never regretted it, never questioned it. But even knowing it was the right choice, it still felt like I was doing something wrong. And I had to work through that a lot.
Well, first of all, thanks for just sharing that.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
it can be, it's sensitive, obviously. And nowadays, like,
Whenever people get really squirrely about it, especially on the right, this is a stand-up joke, so this might be really dark for a podcast, but it goes over. Sometimes it goes over, sometimes it doesn't. Whenever I say I had an abortion, and like it's usually people on the right who have something to say, I'm like, don't worry, it was a girl. Which I don't actually know if that's true or not for the record. But I'm like, no, she would have wanted autonomy over her own life and choices. She might have had an abortion later. So it's like PEMDAS if you look at it. And then they don't know what to do with it. So that usually breaks the tension.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so honored you brought the dark humor into the pod.
That's what I'm good for, you know?
Thank God. We need the dark humor. I mean, this is the perfect show for it, right?
No, it is. It is. It's the sunglasses, man. Why? I put these on and all of a sudden.
It all comes out.
All of a sudden.
All right, next one. What's a way that you self-sabotage?
Oh, well, up until last night when Jonathan made me forcibly delete the app, I would look myself up on like Reddit and the different apps. I was searching myself.
Oh, no.
Because especially with OCD, like you think the more information you're armed with, the more control and power you have over a situation. That's not true. You've just like learned a newfound thing about yourself or your physical appearance. It's almost always about, my physical appearance that you didn't even know existed. So I finally deleted the app last night, and I'm not doing that shit anymore.
Oh, that's a really important practice to have in our lives. Just that self-protection and protecting our mental health by not looking at the subreddits, the subcomments, the comments.
Yeah, well, like why am I doing that? It's like what RuPaul said, if they're not paying your bills, pay them no mind. And even if they are paying your bills, it doesn't mean you have to pay them mind either for the record, Just because you have a wallet doesn't mean you have important thoughts.
1000%. Okay, so
I think Jesus said that. I'm kidding.
I think he did too. That should be on a greeting card, a Christmas greeting card.
Just because you have a wallet doesn't mean you have. I really ended on that note. I'm like, yeah. Next question. That's insane.
We're gonna leave it at that.
And we're gonna. All right. Thank you guys so much. I love it.
All right. Last jaded card question. What's your cathartic release?
Oh my God. Sitting on the couch with my dogs. This was a weird thing I did a few weeks ago. I bought galaxy lights to cover like my entire first floor because I was like,
cute.
If I'm going to get seasonal depression and it's going to get dark at freaking 3 p.m., I'm going to hack my seasonal depression. If it's going to be dark, I'm just going to have it be very colorful at the same time. So honestly, like being under my galaxy lights with my dogs chilling is like my favorite thing to do on earth.
I'm curious about these galaxy lights, but the dogs thing, I didn't know you had dogs.
Oh yeah, so this is kind of crazy. I'm going to sound so insane to anyone who's not a big dog person. One is Ruthie. She has her own Instagram. It's Ruthie Lambert.
Oh.
I post her. I don't post them as much because one time someone recognized my dogs in public with a dog walker.
No way.
And then I started feeling a little weird, like, what if something happens to my dogs? Yeah, I don't know.
That's
it just
weird.
like made me feel weird. So Colin is his name is Colin. He turned 9 yesterday.
Happy birthday, Colin.
He does not like being on social media. And the reason I know this, I called his daycare because he had never been featured on their Instagram, not one time, which is weird because he's a handsome, perfect angel gentleman. I go, maybe there's like a waiver I haven't filled out. So I called them and asked, is there a social media release form?
You are such a momager.
But I was simply inquiring. That same day, they posted, and I have witnesses to this conversation. I thought it was very normal, and I still do. They posted a picture of him on Main, on Grid, on Instagram. And I swear to you, that day he came home, he was in the worst mood and he like sat in his bed in the corner away from me and like wouldn't look at me. Like he knew. So he's trying to fly under the radar. And I try to I didn't post a birthday post for him yesterday. Broke my heart.
Oh.
But he doesn't want it. So like we said, you have to protect the people in your life. And
You
sometimes
do.
that includes your dogs who don't like social media.
I love that he lets you know.
Oh, he lets me know for sure. He's a Scorpio too. 2 Scorpios in one house.
I'm so glad. Yeah. Dogs, they have come up multiple times in this show. And I'm just so grateful because, God, I would say, like walks or any kind of activity that my dog gets me in, it's just an automatic release for any tension or anxiety.
Just them doing anything. They'll put their chin
This is true.
on the sofa chair. I'm like, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Perfect?
20 pictures.
Well, okay, so first of all, you won all the games.
Wait, I won?
You won. They're great.
Perfect.
You're a winner.
Oh, I love that. No, I love winning.
Okay.
That's important.
I thought so. I thought you would appreciate that.
Perfect.
So with that, we are at our final question.
Oh my God, sad.
I know. This is a question kind of related to the last one in the games, but it's a question I ask each guest. And it is simply, how do you move through being jaded? What's your hack?
That's a tough question. I think for me personally, when I'm feeling helpless, which is usually when I'm feeling jaded, the thoughts going through my head are nothing I do matters. Nothing I do is important. None of this is going to make a difference, right? And I don't actually believe those things, but they can get kind of consuming here and there, right?
They happen.
Yeah, they happen. And that's a normal emotion. When I feel helpless, the best thing I can do is be helpful. And it feels counterintuitive and it's also totally okay to just take the time you need. And, I can't address every nuance, but like when I'm feeling helpless, I think, doing something nice for a neighbor, or it could be like taking in your neighbor's trash cans, right? It could be just
micros.
I don't know. Maybe if you have the means and you could tip, a little extra on a bill and like make someone say like whatever it is that you have available, just being helpful in certain ways is the only thing I think that can keep you going. Like not succumbing to that desperation and that negativity. And I think too, that comes with a lot of scrolling. And you just got to log off sometimes. Like genuinely, if you're in that place, take some time away from the internet. And I know it's hard because I did this whole dramatic thing like a month ago. I was like, I'm taking a break.
Oh, and then no, you didn't. I hate when people do this.
I'm still going to post on stories. Well, I'm still going to post on. It was like so stupid. It was so dramatic and dumb. But I did honestly like take a lot of time. Have you seen that meme where it's like, I'm done with social media. I might post on stories, might comment on yours. Probably won't, but I might.
My favorite, so guy with sign or girl with sign. My favorite one ever was, we do not need to hear your announcement of leaving social media.
No, literally. And mine was, it was like, and on that note, stepping away for a bit. Deuces emoji. Shut up. Shut up. You're so stupid.
I can't.
Like, anyway. I regret nothing. It was so dumb.
Yeah.
But like
we'll give you grace.
I'm sure I'm in someone else's screenshot album for that and like so fair. But genuinely, if you're feeling like you're stuck in that place, know that it does matter. And if you can't see the ways that it matters, whether that's in this big, political landscape, whatever, do something small in your community, in your neighborhood where you can see a difference. And I think you'll feel like you have a little bit more agency, but also take the time you need for yourself.
I love it. Well, let's cheers to that.
Yay!
And just thank you so
that flew
much.
By. Wait, I'm sad.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
This was so fun.
And congratulations.
You too.
Thanks.